Yeah, hi there. These comments, I'm going to just use your number 4578, the last four digits of your student number, and I am Professor Buckoff, your English 106 instructor, and thank you for submitting your assignment for grading. I think you turned it in on Tuesday, so I'm just reading everything right now, and I've got it figured out, and boy, did you very, very close. Your score is 85 out of 100, 34 points out of 40, so you just met the B, so you don't have to worry about taking the final exam. Now, you lost some points with organization and also with some sentence errors and things like that. So the thesis is good. I like that. Now, you could improve a little bit with your topic sentences. So you say, after you have your thesis, you say, Marius and I have some similarities. In this paper, I'm going to compare Marius' writing process to my own in relation to outlining, cutting out parts of a paper, and avoiding distractions. So what I would do is, you say the first technique that Marius goes over is how to outline a paper. But remember, the topic sentence needs to include a sentence that is an umbrella for all the points. I noticed that you didn't just talk about Marius, but you also talked about your own writing process. So the topic sentence that you've created doesn't really match what happens in the whole paragraph. But what if you said this? If you said the first similarity that Marius and I share is how we outline our paper. If you say that, then that now allows for discussion of both Marius and your writing process. You see what I'm saying? I'll give you an example of another student. She says in her second paragraph in the topic sentence, she says, when writing the first draft of her essay, Marius and I are similar because we both believe it's best to commit to writing on task for at least an hour. And that ties back to the thesis that she already wrote in the introduction. So you kind of have half of the battle won here. You have a very good, specific, sharply focused thesis, which is good, right? You just need to make sure those topic sentences connect back to that or restate some point that you mentioned early on. For example, your key points in your thesis are outlining, cutting out parts of a paper, and avoiding distraction. And you're showing how you're similar or different to Marius in these three specific areas. So you could improve a little bit, I think, the organization of the essay by improving the topic sentences in those body paragraphs. Now, also, if you want to improve your depth a little bit, you do talk about your own writing process. When you say, in the second paragraph, you say, just before I start my own paper, also make a list of the important ideas. But which paper is this? Well, if you said, for example, when I was working on my research project for English 105, I started with a list of ideas before I started writing the project. If you mention some specific assignment and explain it in a little more detail, that helps give your paper a little more depth and progression of thought, right? That helps a little bit. Okay, now the last thing I wanted to comment on is a little bit of your writing style. So you do really, there's a few minor editing issues that have come up in your paper. Second paragraph, you say, before starting your paper, list all the main points that need to be covered. You're using what's called the imperative sentence style. The imperative style is what Marius uses because he's instructing his audience. What you're having trouble with is you're not changing or recasting the sentence more as not a imperative or a command, but you need to reframe it more as what we call a declarative sentence, in which case it matches the previous sentence. Your previous sentence is the first technique that Marius goes over is how to outline. You say your, I'm going to say a paper. So in the second sentence, you can simply do this. You can say, before starting a paper, a writer should list all the main points that need to be covered. So once you put a writer should, you're no longer using what's called the imperative sentence style. You've now shifted into the declarative sentence style, I think, which is the more appropriate type sentence for your writing. So you did have a few sentence shifts in your essay. If you're not sure about what a sentence shift is, you need more explanation. You remember last quarter I emailed you guys the revision symbols I sent it by Ingrade. Check out that. Go to SHIFT Shift, and you can click on the link to learn more about it and how to repair that type of sentence error in your writing. The next thing is the you point of view. You're not sure about what point of view works better in what situation and why. So in your writing, you're using the you or the your point of view a little bit too much. That's called the second person singular point of view, the point of view that Marius uses. So Marius was instructing his audience on how to complete a writing assignment using a certain process. So it makes a lot of sense that he's using the you point of view because he is instructing his audience. However, for you, the purpose changes. Your purpose is not to instruct the audience, rather you're explaining and comparing two writing processes. So you want to change your point of view from the you to the third person singular, or maybe the third person plural. It's the he, she, it, or the they point of view. So I made some changes in your paper there, so I'll just give you one example. You said in second paragraph, you say, I worry about organization of it later as well. You say later on, you can start, but you is a direct shift from I. I is the first person singular. So in that second sentence, if you say later on, I can start to compose my paper the way it needs to be. So sometimes for you, you're not quite sure. You're jumping around from the I maybe to the you, or you're jumping around from the you to the he, she, or it. So you want to be consistent. So you have to ask yourself, why do writers use the I point of view? Or why do writers use the you point of view? Or why do writers use the he, she, or it point of view, right? So of course, I is focusing more on you, the writer. You is focusing directly on the audience or instructing the audience. And then the he, she, or it, which is the most appropriate for this paper, you're focusing more on the information, not directly on the audience like Marius was, right? So be careful about that. So you could have polished the paper a little bit better than you did, but overall I still think it was a pretty strong effort, which is why you got an 85. All right, thank you for completing the assignment. I look forward to reading your next paper.